Now we're going to take a paragraph or sentence and use it to create an expression that results in a inverse, direct, or joint variation. So let's look at this first example here. The time it takes to drive across town is inversely proportional to how fast you drive. Write an expression of this observation. First thing we need to do is define our variables. The time it takes to drive across town, so that's going to be one of your variables. Is inversely proportional to how fast you drive. So how fast you drive looks like it's another variable. We go ahead and assign some variables to this. We can say that t is our time. It's a common variable for time. And how fast you drive, let's call it the speed you drive. Let's associate that with s. Then if you want to write this equation where it is an inverse relationship, inversely proportional, you would pick one of your variables to be on the left and one of your variables on the right with a k over that variable. So time is inversely proportional to speed, so k over s is how you would write that equation because it's an inverse relationship. Second example. Suppose the number of wins of a baseball team varies jointly, so that's our type of variation we have, with the number of runs scored and the number of innings pitched by starting pitchers. So it sounds like you win more games when you score more runs and your starting pitchers stay in the game longer, which makes sense. So let's write an expression about this. Number of wins of a baseball team is going to be one of our variables, and that's varying jointly with, number of runs scored, and what else does it vary jointly with? The innings pitched by starting pitchers. So we've identified a few different variables here. So let's assign them a letter so we can put them in the equation. Number of wins, W seems to make sense there. We have number of runs scored, we'll go with R for runs. And number of innings pitched by starting pitchers. I decided to use P instead of I just because I can get confused with imaginary numbers, but that would be your choice. And now, number of wins of a baseball team is going to be on the left because that's what's varying jointly with all of this. So we'll put W over on the left. Varies jointly with the number of runs scored and innings pitched. So R and P are going to be on the right, but just remember your proportionality constant K is also going to be over there. So W equals K times R times P.